Who would you rather have work for you? Someone eager for new challenges who's rarely defeated by setbacks, or someone who sticks to what they know and resists feedback and change? Most managers are looking for an employee who is ready for learning and growth. This allows the organization to be innovative, resilient to adversity, and adaptive to change. So how would you find this person? Do you interview for these traits? That might work. But your influence as a leader has a big role in shaping the mindset of your team. In her studies of school children, Carol Dweck at Stanford University identified 2 mindsets that shaped how people learn: a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. People with a fixed mindset operate under the assumption that either you have it or you don't, so failure is an indication of some personal deficiency, and constructive feedback is personal criticism. People with a growth mindset see success as a result of effort instead of the product of an attribute like intelligence or talent, so failure is an opportunity to improve your efforts. These mindsets are not hardwired into people. Instead, they are shaped by the context in which we interact and learn. Leaders have a strong influence on the context in which people work, so you can shape the mindset of your team. When you talk about a high-performing employee, are you more likely to say, "She's really sharp and has the political acumen we need on this team"? Or, "She took the time to learn about each stakeholder's interests and worked hard to build meaningful relationships that are going to help this team"? If you praise an employee's attributes, you are telling the team that her high performance is based on who she is, not what she does. Lower performers might feel there's nothing they can do to improve because they just aren't as sharp or political as she is. But if you praise her efforts and behavior, you give others on the team a blueprint on how to be successful at that task. Another way to foster a growth mindset on your team is to provide constructive feedback that addresses behaviors and processes rather than outcomes. Instead of asking, "How could you have let this happen?" say, "Tell me what was going on and what you were doing before this happened." Instead of focusing your feedback conversation on an unwanted outcome, talk about the process or behaviors that would have produced the desired outcome and what obstacles may have compromised those processes or inhibited those behaviors. This helps people move away from shame, blame, and defensiveness, the hallmarks of a fixed mindset, and toward problem solving. How you react to failure also has a big impact on your team's mindset. Do you encourage your team to tell you when things are going badly? Do you praise employees when they experiment and fail intelligently? Do you openly acknowledge your own failures? These are all ways to reframe failure as an opportunity to learn rather than an indication of poor skill and lack of talent. Of course, they require you to develop a growth mindset yourself, so being aware of how you respond to feedback, failure, and achievement is an important part of developing your leadership skills. To foster learning, innovation, resilience, and adaptation in your organization, follow these 3 tips to cultivate a growth mindset in your team. Focus on actions and effort, not attributes. Provide feedback on process and behaviors, not outcomes. Seek out failure and respond to setbacks with a growth mindset.